I remember working with our family resource coordinator. And I remember her coming into my home and we would go over my budgeting. And remember, I thought I had it all together, right? Not. And she would come in and work with us, and I had tude. You know, as the young people said, I had tude. I had attitude. Like, how is she coming in and, telling me how to do my budget? I'm a professional. I have my social work degree and da-da-da-da-da. And she also came in and taught me how to play with my daughter. Because in being a single mom, I was so engaged in the process of taking care of her and providing for her. We didn't play. And she would come and we would have family board game night. And she learned how very competitive we both were. And we still are, but we play. I learned that through Dot Leatherman is the person that I work with. But back to the budgeting, and I remember Dot would come and I would just give her my attitude. I knew enough to be compliant, but I wasn't happy about it. And Dot was so skilled in what she would do with me. One big contention for us was my cable bill. So my cable bill, I had a pretty significant cable bill because I had HBO and all of the channels. And I remember the first time Dot met with me and introduced the idea of not having HBO or all of the other Showtime and, what? I don't understand. What do you mean if I did this, it would reduce my bill, significantly? But what about this show and that show? But in her skillfulness, she didn't say to me, oh, you have to do this. She dropped the seed of information. The seed of information. Your bill will be reduced by this much. You'll have these resources that you can do other things with. So needless to say, I came to the decision all by myself that I was going to reduce my cable bill and made the decision to have basic and standard cable. And through Dot's work with me and her patience and just her skillfulness and honoring my dignity of risk, right? Me being able to make my own decisions regardless of what the consequence would be. I was an adult and I was going to do that and deal with whatever those consequences were going to be. To this day, I call myself the budget queen. There is not a paycheck that I receive that I touch before I enter into my notebook what's going on. I graduated in the year 2000 and I have stacks of notebooks. I have helped family members, I have helped my best friends. And that's not a skill that I had that I came with. I got that through Bridge of Hope and through the work that Dot Leatherman did with me, honoring who I was and allowing me to come to that place on my own.